Hello traders, Heike Nashi Trader here, and welcome on my YouTube channel. In today's video I would like to talk about how to simplify your scalping trading method. So simplifying or making easier the way I trade was certainly for me in my learning curve as a trader the way to success, no question. And we all know as traders that we are confronted with a lot of information during the trading day. The moment you open your computer and you read, for instance, the news, there's a lot of information to handle. And the moment you open a chart, there is even more information because charts are changing every second. So your brain has to handle all this information, has to get away with all these impulses, all those ticks and information. And that is, in my view, very often the reason why traders get tired after a couple of hours of trading. And when they get tired, they start to make mistakes. So for me, it was very important to develop a strategy that was as easy as possible to trade successfully. So for me, the way to success was certainly keep it simple and stupid. So today I would like to speak about 5 steps to simplify your scalping strategy. First step for me was the discovery of the Heikin Ashi chart. When I discovered this chart type, I immediately felt, Peter, you have to trade with the Heikin Ashi chart. I was trading with candlesticks before, like most traders do, and when I discovered the beauty and the clarity of this chart type, I immediately understood that this would help me to trade more successfully. Because especially as a scalper, you need very precise entries and exits. So, and exactly this, the Heikin Ashi charts helps you to find those entries and to find the exit, because it's simply the changing of the color of the Heikin Ashi charts which tells you, oh, instead of money flowing into the market, money is flowing out of the market. So it's quite an easy way to take decisions. And as a scalper, it's very important that we are able to take very clear decisions within the moment, even within a second in some situations. And I think that the Heikin Ashi charts helps you really to take those decisions. Second step, and it has to do with the Heikin Ashi charts, but I would like to talk about indicators. Now I know that a lot of traders like indicators and I think they are important, and maybe there are a lot of scalping strategies and systems out there. You can see them on YouTube, or you can find them in books or on websites. Yes, they might be helpful to trade, and in some cases they are necessary. For some systems, indicators might be necessary. But in my point of view, because I'm trading more in a kind of price action way, you could say, the markets, I really do not need indicators. We all know they lack, they are not accurate, they're not precise enough, especially when you're trading in a very short time frame. Most indicators are lagging and they're not useful. Even if you're trading with the Heikin Ashi chart, you have even an advantage because you have a chart and an indicator in one. Because the Heikin Ashi chart is in a way made that you could say it is an indicator. The changing of the color, you could say, of the candles is a clear indication that the market sentiment is changing. So buyers are taking over or sellers are taking over. So for me, taking away all the indicators was a very good way to simplify my scalping strategy. Third step, over interpretation. Oh, that's a big one. That's really a big one. I think the way you scalp should be as easy as possible. And the reason why you take this decision and that decision should be based on one simple criterion. If you need a second criterion or a third criterion, you make it too complicated. Then you have 2 or even 3 criteria to take a decision on, and it's not what you need. If you're scalping and you have to take fast decisions, then you shouldn't only have one criterion. And therefore, all kind of considerations, is this a new high, is this a new low, should I go in, is this a breakout, or whatever considerations you might have when studying the chart, it's all unnecessary. It's not helpful to really take clear decisions in order to scalp. So for me, to take away all those kind of considerations was really helpful to simplify my scalping strategy. Fourth step, over trading. This is really a big one. In my experience, when I talk with traders, most traders are taking too many trades. They are doing 20, 30, 40, even 50 trades during a trading session. And it's really not necessary to make money in the stock market or to make money when you're trading. It's not necessary. You can do it with 1 trade or maybe 2. Look, if you study charts, let's say the E-mini, or if you're trading Forex, if you study the euro dollar or the dollar Japanese yen or whatever you're trading, you get maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 good opportunities in each market, each trading day. You're not getting 30, 40 really, really great opportunities to trade. It's just not the case. And the whole art of developing a successful trading and scalping strategy is exactly to find out which are the best, the golden trades you could do on that specific trading day. Of course, therefore you need a very good method, and you need a clear system to find those trades. But it's possible. So for me, one of the most important steps to become successful was to learn to trade, to not take many trades and to let out most of the trades I would have taken before when I was a starting trader. Because when I was starting, you want to be active. You want to become a very active trader. So you think that this is all about doing a lot of trades. It's just not true. And then we come to the last and fifth step of simplifying a scalping strategy. And this has a lot to do with this over trading thing. The fifth step is about just taking first class trades. Only take those trades who are really worth taking. And of course, this is you cannot do this as a starter because you simply do not know what is a first class trade, and you think all trades are good in the beginning. It was the same for me when I was starting. I couldn't make a difference between what was a really good trade and a bad trade. No chance to know. So this has to do, of course, with experience, and there's a learning curve you go through. Each trader has to go through this learning curve, and success has a lot to do with this kind of experience to know which are really the good trades. But there are systems and there is a method to learn, to discern, really to find those first class trades. And my big part of my course, my online course I made, is about finding those trades. Exactly that. There is a method to learn this, to understand how markets work, and to know in advance what is going to be important and especially what is not important, which is more important than even to know what is important, if I may say it like that. So, in my view, those 5 steps were very, very helpful to really become a profitable trader. And if you look at those steps, it's more about omitting, letting out, leaving out things than adding new things. So success, in my view, has a lot to do with omitting things. Not to do things, not to trade. And I hope those 5 steps may give you some tips or ideas, and I hope you enjoy it, and see you next time. Have a lot of success on the stock market.